Hello everyone. Here is a question for you. What, according to you, are the basic things needed for survival apart from air and water? Undoubtedly, it's the food, our fuel. Isn't it, foodies? Even foodies have preferences rather than binge eating. During this lockdown, the easiest way to access fresh, nutritious, yummy dishes is to butter your mom, the most reliable cook. For that, apply this simple formula to get it fulfilled. Have a look. I guess the ground is set to move on to today's session. Today's topic is nutrition. Let us go in detail. Why do we feel hungry even when we are idle? Because our hard-working, restless, vital organs, the brain, the heart, the liver, etc., need continuous supply of energy, and the source of energy is the food we eat. Based on the mode of obtaining food by an organism, there are two types of nutrition. First one, autotrophic nutrition, and the other one, heterotrophic nutrition. That is, how do you get your food? Do you get your food from your own body? No. You have to depend on plants directly or indirectly. It means if you are a herbivorous animal, you are directly consuming the plant or the plant products. If you are a carnivorous, you are consuming the plant indirectly. That is, you are consuming plant eater who consumes plants. So definitely the entire living world depends on autotrophs. Let us discuss the word meaning of autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Auto means self. Trophic means feeding. Like that, hetero means others. Trophic, hetero, these are all the words derived from Greek language. Let us discuss the examples for autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition includes all photosynthesizing organisms. Autotrophic nutrition means self-feeders, isn't it? So, self-feeding is possible by the process photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is possible if an organism has chlorophyll pigments. In the absence of chlorophyll, no organism can make its own food. So, all photosynthesizing organisms are coming under autotrophic nutrition. For that, let us discuss which are the kingdoms coming under autotrophic nutrition. In class 9, you have learned the 5 kingdom classification. There you have heard about Plantae kingdom. Plantae includes all multicellular autotrophic plants. So, the entire Plantae kingdom can be an example of autotrophs. There are some unicellular organisms also which are able to do photosynthesis. For example, blue-green algae, diatoms. Heterotrophic nutrition now. Heterotrophic nutrition includes all the members coming under Animalia, that is multicellular heterotrophs. Now, which are the categories coming under heterotrophic plants? It means all the plants are not coming under autotrophic nutrition. Some heterotrophic plants are also there. For example, parasites, parasitic nutrition. Amarbale or Cuscuta you might have heard about. This is a parasitic plant. Saprophytes. Sapro means decay, phyta means plant. They break down these food materials outside the body using the enzymes released by them. After that, they don't have to digest it in their body. It is already decomposed outside the cell. Now, symbionts, which are the participants of symbiosis. You have already heard about all these terms. For example, lichens, whose body is an association of alga and fungus. The algal part, of course, is photosynthesizing. Then comes the insectivorous plants under heterotrophic plants. You have heard about the pitcher plants and Venus flytrap plants. These all plants are insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants trap the insects for fulfilling their protein needs. So that is the reason. It doesn't mean that insectivorous plants are non-photosynthesizing plants. They are able to perform photosynthesis, but for fulfilling their protein needs, they depend on insects. So insectivorous fully not heterotrophic. So that's all about the examples of organisms which are showing the autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Since autotrophic nutrition, the plants are able to make their own food. They are the self-feeders, otherwise known as autotrophs or producers. Heterotrophic nutrition, the organisms coming under that, they are all known as heterotrophs or consumers. Now, the process photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, we have learned already. In photosynthesis, the raw materials used are carbon dioxide and water. So, using carbon dioxide and water, plants are able to make glucose. That is the energy giving food for them. What about the rest of the nutrients? Do plants require only carbohydrates? No, they require proteins also. So, this protein requirement they fulfill by taking the nutrients from the soil. That is materials like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, magnesium, these contents they get from the soil. Nitrogen can be in the form of inorganic nitrates or nitrites, and organic compounds which can be prepared by nitrogen fixing bacteria. You have learned already nitrogen cycle. So the nitrogen fixing bacteria they convert the atmospheric nitrogen into soluble compounds of nitrogen. So that also can be utilized by the plants for their protein requirements. So this is how the green plants, that is the photosynthesizing plants, fulfill their energy requirement through the process photosynthesis, thereby they make glucose. And the rest of the nutrients they get from the soil. Like that, heterotrophic nutrition, all animals directly or indirectly depend on the plants. It means there is no plant, there is no animal. If there is no plant and animal, there is no life on the earth. In plants, since they make glucose, there is no need of digestion again. Whereas in animals, since they are getting food from plants or plant products or animal body, they have to digest it, or they have to break down the complex substances which they derive from plants directly or indirectly. So it has to be converted into simple ones, then only their body will be able to absorb it. So that is done with the help of biocatalyst. We call them enzymes in their body. That is in animals' body, that is in heterotrophic nutrition. The animal's body, the complex food materials are converted to simple ones using the biocatalyst or the enzymes in their body. Whereas in plants, it is already in the simple form, glucose. That is why no need of digestion. Glucose can be easily utilized by the plants. That's why there is no digestive system as such. tabulate the difference between autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. This will help you a lot. Next class, we will learn these two types of nutrition in detail. Thank you.